A powerful tornado struck northwestern France, leaving one person dead and several others seriously injured in the Val-d'Oise department, north of Paris. The phenomenon caught residents of the town of Ermont by surprise on Monday afternoon, when a severe thunderstorm produced extremely violent winds that tore through homes, streets, and industrial zones. Preliminary reports confirmed one fatality and 4 people critically injured. Authorities described the event as an episode of exceptional winds, highly unusual for this part of the country. Emergency services were immediately deployed.
Oh, c'est une tornade!
Tornade.
Oh, la grue! Dieu merci, ma voiture est là.
The tornado formed around 5:45 p.m. local time. According to meteorologists, a warm and humid air mass coming from the southwest collided with a faster, colder upper-level flow, generating a rotating supercell that spawned the funnel.
C'est normal.
Wow, Louis, regarde en face!
The tornado's path cut directly through densely populated neighborhoods. Images show roofs ripped off, facades destroyed, and trees snapped in half. A mobile crane collapsed onto the roof of a medical educational facility, worsening the situation. Firefighters and rescue teams quickly evacuated the affected building. They established safety perimeters and began inspecting nearby structures to detect any risk of collapse. But the worst was yet to come. Winds continued pounding the area for several minutes, cutting power across large sectors and damaging communication lines. Visibility dropped to almost zero due to flying debris. Roads near Ermont were completely blocked. Traffic was halted by fallen trees and scattered debris. Police urged residents to stay indoors unless travel was absolutely necessary. The situation grew even worse when gas leaks were detected in several buildings. Authorities ordered the shutdown of main valves and a temporary cut to gas supplies to prevent fires. Technical teams worked under dangerous conditions to secure the lines. In the first few hours, more than 1,200 homes lost electricity. The power outage made rescue operations and patient transport difficult. Nearby hospitals activated emergency protocols to receive the injured. Medical teams reported that the most seriously injured suffered trauma from falling debris and partial roof collapses. Air transport was arranged for the most critical cases to hospitals in Paris. Meanwhile, infrastructure specialists began early damage assessments. Several homes were declared uninhabitable due to structural instability. Municipal authorities coordinated temporary shelters in local gyms and community centers. The numbers continued to rise as hours went by. In addition to the fatality and 4 serious injuries, at least 9 people were reported injured overall, along with extensive property damage. Interior Minister Laurent Nunez announced that he was closely monitoring the situation. He confirmed the deployment of additional civil protection units to support rescue and recovery operations in the affected area. At the same time, meteorologists from Meteo France explained that the atmospheric setup was exceptional. The combination of surface humidity and wind shear created created highly unstable conditions rarely seen in northern France during October.
Merci, ma voiture, elle a rien. Ah, elle est tombée sur la maison en face. Tornade.
Oh merde.
Mon Dieu.
However, the situation worsened again with the arrival of new rainfall. Although less intense, the precipitation complicated cleanup operations and debris removal, forcing temporary pauses in certain sectors. Authorities in Val-d'Oise expanded the safety perimeter. Entire neighborhoods remained closed to traffic while engineers inspected the most severely damaged structures. Public transportation services were disrupted. Rail traffic was affected by damage to power lines and blocked tracks. Several regional routes were suspended throughout the night. Power companies worked non-stop through the night. Their priority was to restore electricity and repair high-voltage cables that had fallen onto public roads. Meanwhile, dozens of families were relocated to emergency shelters. They were provided with food, water, and blankets while their homes were inspected for safety. Local social services took charge of coordination efforts.
J'entends le gros bruit du vent là.
C'est vrai?
Satellite images revealed the full extent of the tornado's destruction. Entire neighborhoods showed visible damage, with uprooted trees and missing rooftops. The magnitude of the event resembled storms more typical of the United States.
Oh bah, Binala, oh là là! Wesh!
Experts noted that France records roughly 50 tornadoes each year. However, most are short-lived and weak. What happened in Ermont stands out as one of the most severe episodes in recent years. The prefect of Valdoise described the impact as very serious. He pledged to mobilize state resources for reconstruction and accelerate assistance for affected residents. Civil engineers continue to inspect public and private buildings. Their goal is to determine which structures can be repaired and which must be demolished for safety reasons. Final damage assessments are still underway, but material losses are estimated in the millions of euros, affecting homes, schools, roads, and power systems.